We had KD on last week, and he just talked about how the Suns have to play hard. He then gets into it with Budenholzer, which I make nothing of, but he came out and responded and played hard, and on both sides of the ball. And when he made that decision, you can see the game start to change. And I had tweeted about K because I watched him do it defensively, offensively. I watched him talking to guys. I watched him big up guys. I watched him take it on everything on his own shoulders and will them to that win.
Yeah.
Because if they lose that game,
it's over.
I tweeted, I said, it was one of the more impressive performances I've seen from K. And I've seen K have 54, 52, whatever, but it ain't about the points. It's about his demeanor. It's about how he went about bringing that team back. And it was glaringly noticeable to me. He had spoke about how they needed to play hard and different things. They have a 23-point comeback last night versus the Clippers. And I think that was a prime example of the way that they're going to need to play if they could spark this run. And can this game ultimately be a spark for them, which you hope so if you're them, right? Like you hope that, all right, man, we just had this one, now let's build on it. They got an uphill battle to fight for sure.
Yeah, they do. And this was the first time I really seen him angry. Usually KD, when he play, he upset, he be talking shit. He going at different people. This comeback he was angry. He was like, he lost himself in the game. And I think that's what Phoenix got to do. They got to stop coming to the game with a chip on their shoulder, thinking like they are the target because they got KD, they got Devin Booker, they got scores. They need to start being angry about, hey, this may not happen. And so they have to have more desperate measures. And I seen an angry KD when he did that to Bud. It was like, man, all right, I'm about to show you, bro. Like, get off me. I need to stay in the mode that I'm in. And to me, it was refreshing to see that.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything. Coaches and players had their moments all the time. I think if you had a camera on a bench in a huddle at every moment, you'd see these more often than not. That's just what happens. I think people try to make a big deal out of everything because everybody needs storylines.
Yeah.
KD loves the process of being coached, working on his game. All the pureness of basketball is what KD actually loves. One thing I can assure you, KD ain't a coach arguer. Like he'll every now and then he gonna like stand his ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, but he not just gonna get into it with the coach. He not a player that's like think he's bigger than being coached.
Nah.
None of that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
So what I know
he
for certain, had they live moment and they moving on. If KD could play this game in the NBA and what he's doing and only deal with the pureness of the game, he played for another 10 years.
No, for sure. And sometimes you just don't want to be touched.
Yeah.
Especially if somebody talking to you, don't touch me. Right? Yeah. But like talking to me and touching me at the same time, like I don't feel like being touched right now. Right. And when you're in the heat of the moment, it's just that. It's nothing more but just, that angst, that anxiety, that, that frustration.
Before we get out of here, man, we mentioned Kyrie earlier, tearing the ACL. Obviously another blow to the Mavs and their fan base who's kind of been going through it over the last month or so.
Damn.
Like I don't have many words because Kai is just one of them dudes, man.
He's my guy.
He loves playing basketball.
He loves hooping.
I'm happy he is where he is in his life. He got his wife and his kids, you know what I'm saying? But man, like Kai hadn't figured it out. You know what I'm saying? His game, his balance, who he is. And to go through this, hate to see it. Hate to see it. Send my love, well wishes, speedy recovery. You just hate to see that happen. But I will ask you, what was your thoughts on him staying out there and shooting those free throws?
That's just love. That's just will. I love Kyrie game. One of my favorites all time. And to see his maturity this year, his leadership, with that team, even through the trade and all that. And, I just hate seeing people get injured, period, Dre, because my career ended on an injury. But I do believe and I know he got, the family support and he got the will to come back. And he got the game, to come back after a torn ACL and be even better or just as effective playing at a high level because of who he is and just the skills, right? High level of skill, right? You just got to get back to getting strong. And, I just, it's almost like it's like one of these, when he shot the 2 free throws, like, you're a real one, bro, but we understand,
1,000%. I actually had the opportunity to see Kobe shoot 2
Mm-hmm.
free throws after tearing his
Oh, you
Achilles
was in that game, yeah.
game, and then obviously Clay shoot 2
Mm-hmm.
free throws after tearing his ACL. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
Yeah.
just the respect you have for those guys because man, when I can only imagine going through those injuries. I've gotten injured, not like that, and I'm knock on wood. But like anytime you have any injury on the court, the last thing you're thinking about is, man, I need to go shoot these 2 free throws. Like
Uh-huh.
you're immediately like, how bad is it? Like, dang,
Right.
like the pain, you're processing so much. And so I just applaud them, on that.
Yeah, for
Just that
sure.
bravery, that love for the game that they have to have those moments. And then I also think that there's a level of, I don't know how this recovery is going to go. I don't know, when I'll be back on the floor. But if this is it, you'll remember I shot my free throws before I left.
Totally.
And I can respect that. Speedy recovery to Kai, man. Get well,
Man,
brother.
blessings, bro.
Game will miss you, but the game will welcome you back with open arms with that level of talent that Kyrie has.